probably the first step of getting a perm as a man is to probably keep it a secret from your friends.
Then we're going to see it. We're going to see it anyway.
Yeah, but I'll be like, it's just a new gel.
A new gel.
It's a new gel.
And
curly word.
Because anyone I've ever suspected of having a perm, when I've asked them, have you had a perm? They always say no. And now
you can't get away with it.
Why have you? Can I just ask? What was it? Oh.
Brilliant. I'll tell you what's happening. I'll tell you what happens.
Someone's raising a dog.
This is a real fucking story. There's a man that lives in my road, right? And I'm going to hit you with facts here. He's not Scottish. You need to understand that. He wears a kilt. He doesn't wear anything under the kilt, and I can't tell you how I know that.
Is that why the dog's
open? Probably. Bleeding. Thirdly, or maybe fourthly, I'm lost. He lets his dogs, and I know this because he's told me, have a little wander around my house, around the grounds.
The grounds?
Sorry. Well, like he owns Dover Castle.
That's what I had to do. Because I'll tell you for why. I was filming outside, and I had all the studio lights, and I was outside the front filming at night, and otherwise I wouldn't need the lights.
Okay, no one cares.
Thank you for clarifying with us how lights work.
No one asked.
And anyway, and he came down. I was middle of filming, and he fucking chatting away. Not in Scottish. He was chatting away.
Because he's not Scottish.
No, he's not Scottish. He was in his kilt. It was windy, and
oh no.
He had his dogs, and they were running, and I had the front door open because I was just out on my own drive filming, and the dogs ran in the house, and he didn't stop them. He didn't say, "Come here, Bronwyn," or I don't know what his name was, but is that a Scottish name? He didn't stop the dogs from going in the house. The dogs ran in my house, 2 of them. And I went, "Oh, your dogs have just run in my house." He went, "Oh, I said that's right. I let them run around anyway. Sometimes they go down there and have a little sniff." I went, "Oh right, okay. Do they? In my house, down my side alleyways, not the grounds."
Yeah. Well, they get all the way over the moat, pull the drawbridge out.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, past the guards.
Go onto the archery court.
For like a couple of months when I was younger, we used to tell our cat off for pissing in the washing until we found out it was next door's cat that was coming into our house and pissing in our washing bin. Yeah.
That's a lot of effort for a cat to go to.
Why? What was so...
You do to the cat?
Did your washer already stink of piss? Is that what dragged it in?
Yeah, because they're drawn to it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Another cat scent, so maybe your cat was doing it.
Yeah.
And he's like...
Yeah, your cat's like, oh my god.
So next door's cat was the fall guy.
Yeah.
He done it once.
Yeah, he done it once. Like, you've been doing this for months, mate. He's like, honestly.
But you're gritting it over the spade and burying it in the garden now, aren't you?
Good one.
Oh, what a blast.
No, okay, we're not doing it. He can do... The blast bit is not going to make it.
I hope you enjoyed the episode.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. It's on Saturday.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
You do, or we do? Do we all hope that? Welcome to this week's episode of 2.5 Friends with me, Dan Lawrence, newly single.
Not my choice.
So it doesn't matter.
I'm Jonno, and he's irrelevant.
That's it. We're going to reshoot this.
Probably not Rocky. No.
It's Ricky.
Right, so you're getting a perm.
I am getting a perm. Yeah. I think it's going to look...
Gay.
I was going to say the nuts, but it might just look nuts. I don't know.
Yeah, it might look
nuts. Yeah, right.
What are you basing it on? What's made you get up one day and think, yeah, I'm going to get a perm? What, you must have seen a photo, or you must have seen like a music video from the 90s and thought, I know what I'm going to do.
No, I didn't see any of that. What it is, since I was 11, I've had the same haircut. My hair is very, very straight.
Yeah.
And I figured...
Which is normal, you've got normal hair.
Oh,
yeah.
I know I can mix this up. I'm going to make my hair not straight.
You could have done anything.
That's the thing, I just want to change it. And
I'll give you some mullet. Mohawk.
Both terrible haircuts.
Shave it.
Oh, but a perm's good though.
But a perm you can do what you want with.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Bless you, you can't. A perm is a perm. It's literally like... That's it, and that's it forever.
Yeah, but because you have your sides faded, and it doesn't have to be. I don't want it to be really. I don't want it to be really noodly. That's not.
Don't get a perm then.
Don't get a perm then.
No, because there's different levels of perm.
Don't get a perm then.
I have a perm. But just don't curl it.
You're just ignorant to perms, right? There's lots of variety of perms.
Educate us.
I'm getting a loose, bouncy perm.
Oh.
Okay, so my hair, some of them will have like curls, but it won't be full curls. It will just be wavy, like I've used salt spray, but it's semi-permanent.
I don't know what you're saying.
No, it's fine, but If anyone,
What you're saying is you're getting this done next Tuesday. So for next Tuesday's podcast, you're going to have a perm.
it's gonna be fresh as well. As in, it's gonna be at its bounciest. You have to give it like a week to settle.
I can't wait.
Literally, that's going to be.
Let's just wrap this up here. I
Everyone-
can't wait for next week's.
Tune in next week.
That's exactly it.
Alright.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So we always like to start with a joke. So I've got 2 jokes for you today. Do you want something offensive
Well,
or something that's just a little bit light-hearted that will probably make you laugh?
offensive. I don't want light-heartedness.
I think you say the offensive one, so we can be like, oh, that was really offensive. And if you
Well, it's
need
not,
to,
okay, I said offensive. I'll pick that. It's not offensive. It's just
Oh,
more
okay.
offensive in comparison to the. I'll tell the joke and then you can
that's
decide.
it, Dan.
Let us judge.
Let you
That's
judge.
it, Dan.
Just also, we're going with the hood up, are we?
Yeah,
I'll just
thought that.
Yeah, no, we're not.
How long are we going to be here?
We always like to start with a joke.
Do we?
Why does Dr. Pepper come in a bottle? Because his wife died. I didn't get that one either,
Oh, I get it.
but lots of people laughed on the internet. This is one that you'll like.
Oh, so
I need that one explaining to me.
Dr. Pepper. Why does
it comes in a
Dr.
bottle.
Dr. Pepper is a drink,
I get that it comes in a
so
bottle.
it comes in a bottle.
But-
So it's like
but
a double
it's
entendre, but he comes in a bottle
double entendre.
because his wife's dead.
An entendre.
Yeah, no,
So
I
he's not an
reckon,
actual person.
Oh, fuck, let's move on.
I can go with the light-hearted one.
Let's
that
do
will
that.
definitely
Was that the
laugh at.
offensive one?
Well, it's just like, because you're coming in a bottle.
Okay.
Well, it's not really, I can't, alright.
Your humour's watered down.
How is gender similar? Hang on.
No.
I'll say it, we can cut it.
Can we cut the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we always like to start with a joke. How is gender similar to the Twin Towers?
Oh.
There used to be 2 of them, but now it's a sensitive subject.
Yeah.
That was the light-hearted one.
That was the.
No, that's
that
not the
was-
light-hearted.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. There's so much offensiveness. in
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I just
Did you hear
got-
about that lady that pretended she was a survivor of the Twin Towers, and she eventually was like the head of a support group, like for people that were all survivors.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, like I'm a survivor of it, and she like literally like ran a charity for it, and basically her whole shtick was that she was.
Wasn't even there. She
was
was in
there.
Burnley.
Yeah, she was. Basically,
in
though.
Burnley.
No, basically that. She
Well,
was,
she wasn't
she was
even
actually never even there.
No.
I guess you can't, 'cause there's a lot of people around, so you're like, how can you can't call someone a liar, can you?
No.
Well, they
Well, you
have
can,
because they
but-
found out that she wasn't there.
Now, okay, so how's that happened then? People got suspicious, she was making up more stories.
He knows I don't know these answers.
I
That's the
know.
thing. If only I had a wad of paper with all the answers written on it.
I wouldn't worry.
But
Alright.
yeah, I guess there were holes in her stories. Her whole story came crumbling down.
2 Twin Towers jokes in one episode.
Mine wasn't a Twin Towers show.
You crumbling down.
Oh, mine was a
Yeah.
Berlin Wall joke.
More fucking names having a snoop around, probably. Where do you
Probably
find...
de-weeded.
Bronwyn.
Don't do that. His name not Bronwyn anyway.
Don't do that. Stephen! Mulhern, stop fingering me!
Don't. What was that dog? Do you remember that viral video of the man shouting through the...
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
shout because the echo...
No, I'm trying to think
What was his
about
name?
what it was.
It was a really
It was
posh...
B. It was... like Benson!
Benson.
Benson.
Was it? I don't know if it was
Benson.
Benson.
It was Benson. It was Benson.
I need to-
Benton.
Benton!
No, Fenton.
No,
No.
that's Tom Benton. Benton dog comes up straight
Yeah,
away.
Tom Felton.
Fenton. Yeah.
It's Felton.
Oh yeah, but it goes, Jesus Christ! Oh, what a day.
Where do you find a dog with no legs?
Where you left
On the
it.
floor.
Oh, right, where I left it, yeah. It's not good. Right, this is the one that I think you like. This is a light-hearted one. I think this is very much a Jonno joke.
We do like to start with a joke.
We do like to start with a joke.
Just
Can
one.
we start with a joke?
Let's start with a joke.
Oh, dramatic
Hang on.
pause for
Oh,
effect.
I've just got to make sure I get it right because you'll see one in it. You might even get this because you're smart with stuff like
I
this.
probably will.
What do you call a dog that can do magic? A labracadabrador.
That is good.
That is pretty good.
That is good.
That is like a year 2 joke,
That
isn't
is,
it?
yeah.
That's why you're so good at it.
Classic
Because
dad
all-
joke, but I thought you would have
girlfriends
got
and
that
children.
because you're quite...
Because my girlfriends are children. Doesn't even make sense.
You're a paedophile. It does. It makes perfect sense.
Someone called me a paedophile on the internet.
No, it's not proven.
The stingers will be round. Put me up against a wall.
You wish
I
you
did-
could put up
I
against
did-
a wall.
I did hear a joke that I did
Why are
consider.
you just you jailing everything innuendo tonight? That's it. You wish you could read a book. Wish you could have my bucket hat.
Honestly, that was £2 from a barmaid. She was in a pub, to be fair.
I did hear an offensive joke today, but I thought I'll tell it back. It probably won't make the podcast.
Yeah.
You say that. You say it every week.
We do like
No,
to start
no,
with a
yeah.
joke.
Every
We
week
do like
you
to start
say.
with a joke.
Every week you say that's not going to make it in, and then I listen, and
It's
it's made it in.
Yeah, I think I left something in that I shouldn't have last week as well.
Yeah.
Why
Was
are
it
you
Ricky
looking at me?
talking?
It was Ricky talking. Yeah, all of Ricky's bits I left in. That was a mistake.
It might be
No,
well then.
so this joke was. It doesn't matter because I genuinely don't think I will be able to use this. But the joke was, my girlfriend called me a paedophile today. Pretty big words for a 12-year-old. It really tickled
I've
me.
got another paedophile joke.
If I get him out,
What's the best thing about 26-year-olds?
there's 20 of them.
Oh god, this is
That can't make it in.
terrible.
You got any paedophile jokes?
Oh, come on, give me some song.
What do you call a paedophile with a perm?
It's
Rocky.
That's going to be Rocky. Right, so this week's episode is part 2 of the conspiracy theories. We went quite
Or
deep.
is it?
Or is it?
What's bald? What's bald
Sinead O'Connor.
and married to Prince William?
An egg.
Kate Middleton.
You will be hung.
Yeah,
You'll be
she's got-
hung, drawn and
She's got
quartered.
cancer.
No,
No,
yeah,
you
but
don't
no.
need to say that bit. Do you know what the worst thing is? I've had about, and I would say, not loads, but I would say 4 messages, and one individual person has come up to me and said, Ricky's funny, isn't he? And it's pissed me off, to be honest.
That's it. Like,
But you've just fucked yourself with that, because
So-
I'm put it in and you're going to get
A
cancelled.
whole 4 people.
yeah.
Yeah, but in terms
I
of
thought
like...
he was going to say 4 people have messaged him and said, "Oh, you need to stop talking about
Yeah,
Ricky's
God.
dad." I'm like, "It's alright. He sent me less than 4 messages my whole life." He sent me more messages from the grave than he has when he was alive.
He sent you 4 letters. DEAD.
Not his best work.
Not his best work. Oh. I love you're taking the piss out of me saying, "Oh, 4 people. How many people messaged you and said about this guy?"
No one messaged me directly.
Well, loads. I mean, people find... But it's just the
8,500.
I think the point is...
He doesn't even get that many.
today. So.
I don't get that many views anyway. Yeah.
No, it's a process.
So... Conspiracy theories, part 2.
Yes, part 2.
So basically, we had our little bit last week, which was actually about 3 weeks ago because we're all busy.
Just got schedules now, aren't we?
Yeah.
And so we went through the Kate Middleton thing, which is interesting. We did say we'll talk about this quickly. Your theory was actually right, near enough right.
Yeah.
She isn't dead. She is.
Yeah.
Alive.
Well, we don't know, but she did an interview and
She's
she's
alive
basically
now, yeah.
done a statement and said she's got cancer, which obviously is really sad. But you were right. Your theory was right.
Yeah. But I just didn't. What I didn't really understand about it, and maybe it's just because she wants to handle things differently, and she's like not the king. But they told us about Charles's cancer pretty early on,
Yes.
so I didn't understand why they would have kept hers. But I guess that's maybe her prerogative. She
No,
can
no,
say.
no. Okay. All right. Well, but let me counter that. What? It's not her prerogative.
Oh, okay.
It's her prerogative.
But it's not her prerogative.
Why is it not?
Because I think when you're part of the royal family, you sort of not in a. I'm not trying to dig them out, but I think you lose your right to have your own privacy, like.
Is that why Andrew bought an island?
Potentially, yeah, you couldn't walk around the grounds anymore.
Get them.
No, but I think that you can't. It's not like she can't just say, "Oh, I don't want the world to know," unless it's to do with the kids.
No, she's got cancer, not them.
No, but
Surely with that.
but King Charles has got kids.
Yeah, but
And
they're
they still
older.
talk
I
about
just
it, and
think.
he's more important,
Yeah,
and they
but-
still come out and said, "Oh, he's got cancer," but they didn't do anything with her, even though the.
But I think that could be, and this one I might be speaking out of turn here. But if she died, it wouldn't matter to the royal family. Like it'd be really, really sad, but it wouldn't necessarily matter. If
I
Charles
see what you
died,
mean, yeah.
then and they were like, oh, by the way, he's had cancer this whole time. Then people would be like, oh, like we
Right,
should
that's
be
the king,
that's
yeah,
our
that's
king.
that's our king.
So I think it's a case of, you know, she's in the system, she's a small cog relative to him.
comparison
Surely
to
she
the
still
king.
has a right to say, I don't want people to know because I don't want my children to know.
But that's what we're saying. It's
But-
probably she did do that, but then the
Yeah.
pressure's probably just got too much because everyone was saying, "Is she this? Is she that? Is she dead? Is she?"
They're probably the most watched family in the world, and this whole thing started because she hadn't done any official royal family business since Christmas.
They should do like a. Do you remember the Osbournes? They should do that.
Yeah, well,
Cameras
that's the
everywhere.
thing.
Just watch what they're actually up to. Not in Andrew's house, but probably the rest of them.
Sorry, that's a place you do want cameras.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you
yeah.
probably do. You
Paying
probably
into
do.
his hands again.
You probably do. Yeah.
We'll put cameras here. Andrew?
And then,
No,
and then
no,
you could
no.
like set them tasks. You'd be like, Andrew, your task today,
Yeah.
like in the Traitors, it's like sit in a sauna without sweating for an hour, and you just see him in there like really fucking trying to not sweat. No one get that reference.
No.
Yeah, but anyone's going to sweat in a sauna.
Not him. He can't sweat.
Oh, I do get the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. If you guys actually knew stuff, that would have been a fucking good joke.
It would have been a good joke.
Well, other people might have got that.
Yeah.
Send Dan a message and say that was funny.
He's done his little gym look at the
He
camera.
does love that.
God, okay,
yeah.
doesn't he?
Breaking the phone,
That's it.
whatever you call it.
If we was the office, you'd be the sound technician. Cut that.
That'll make it cut.
Oh, joking.
That'll make it in so everyone can see how funny you are.
I'll be Creed.
No, you wouldn't, mate. You'd be dead. Right.
I think Creed, I think this is a real fact, wasn't even meant to be in the show. I think he was there for the pilot, but it was so random for that take that they was like, we need to keep this guy in, and he's just now being in the whole thing in every single episode. And they don't give him lines, it's
No.
just whatever he comes up with.
Yeah.
He just turns up.
Which
He
is
turns up
mad.
and said, say what you want.
So
what
you
go
want,
on.
intervene whenever you want, yeah. I don't know how accurate that is, but I think some of
Yeah.
it is true.
I'd like to believe it regardless.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about Elvis last week. We talked about your conspiracy theory, and we didn't get time to come on to Steve's. You've got what of paper?
Yeah, I have.
Wow.
That's all I've got. Because I don't really have a conspiracy theory, because I'm not really a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
So when we suggested talking about this, I thought I should probably do something.
Some
Yeah.
research.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't just turn up and just be the eye candy every week.
Mm.
So I thought, which ones have I heard of? And I'd heard of the Roswell incident.
Oh, so
Had
that
you?
happened on your birthday?
Yep.
Is that an age joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened in the 40s.
So I thought that was probably the most well-known one. So I thought, what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of research. I basically printed off a forest of paper,
Okay.
and I've read, I reckon, 2 lines. So
Okay, so what were the 2 lines you've read then?
that there was an incident
There's an incident.
in a place called Roswell.
So you read the headline. Okay, that's what's happened there.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't know much about the Roswell.
Well, I can tell you.
Take us
I can
through it.
tell you about it because the Roswell incident is a collection of events and myths surrounding the 1947 crash of a United States Army Air Forces balloon.
Lucky you're really good at reading.
Yeah, so it's not a
That's-
conspiracy at all, it's a myth.
So it's
So-
a myth. It literally says it in there.
Yeah.
Oh, busted.
But isn't Roswell the place with all the aliens though? It's
But
the
that's-
alien place.
That's what they're saying. They're saying it's not a balloon. The American government said it was a aircraft balloon. Everyone's saying no, it's not a balloon. It's a UFO.
Mm.
I
And
think
then
by
it's
now.
become, and then just it's become a place where people go, yeah, they've got aliens there and everything.
I just think now at this day and age, with the technology that's available, someone would have spotted a UFO and videoed it, and for us to be like, that's definitely a UFO.
That's conclusive.
Yeah.
That's conclusive evidence.
It's-
There's an alien popping out.
Yeah.
Like my dad used to tell me this story, and he swears it's 100% true, but I reckon he was just drunk. Because he said he was walking home, and I'm sure he said from the pub. He said, I was walking home from the pub, and then there was a light, a flash of light, so he turned around, and he looked up, and he said there was a spaceship
No, he never
I
said
promise you
this.
this. This is a true story. He's told me this religiously growing up, like on a regular basis. And if I phoned him
Religiously.
now and asked him, he would tell me the story.
Okay, get him on.
And
do
I'll
that.
do it. I'll do that in a second.
Yeah.
And I'll phone him. And he basically would say, and this is the story. The alien would come out, had a look around, done whatever he was doing, and then he got a handkerchief out of his pocket, threw it up in the air.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was a handkerchief or it wasn't close enough.
No, it's not the handkerchief. It's
Right.
the pocket that's getting me. So he was wearing clothes.
Possibly, I didn't ask. At this point, I'm like,
Okay.
detrimental, or you was drunk at the time, whatever. Got the handkerchief out of his pocket, threw it up in the air, it expanded, covered the entire spaceship, and it disappeared, it was gone. And he carried on walking home, probably.
No, right.
I promise you, should I phone him and ask him?
I think your dad meant David Blaine.
Let me ask him.
It was just
I don't
David
know.
Blaine.
What time
It was
Half
Dynamite.
8.
Well, your dad was off his noodle.
Half
Yeah.
8, I don't know if he'll still be awake. Half 8, hang on.
Sorry, was he 95?
Yeah, fucking. You got sleep apnea? Is that one?
Oh, he'll milk it as well if he knows we're on the podcast.
Well, don't tell him.
We're not.
Tell him he can't sweat. He's probably pumping your mum.
We're really... Oh, fuck's sake. I doubt it.
That'll put him to bed.
Hopefully he'll give her 13 minutes of pure passion.
That'll be long.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you
Oh,
want.
that's his voicemail, by the way.
Your dad's a
Bring my
paedophile.
phone. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Hang on. He's phoning back. Hang on. Hello?
You alright?
Alright, just a quick one. We're in the middle of recording the podcast. And I've just got a question for you.
Alright.
When,
You take
in
kids
fact,
nowadays.
just, have you ever seen an alien?
Yes, I have.
Okay, tell us the story, please.
What, again?
Yes,
It's like the
Yeah,
second time
unfortunately
today.
again, yeah.
Well, if you don't believe it, then why are you making me say it again?
Because I've just, tell me the story, because
Does he understand what a podcast is?
yeah.
Right. Of course I understand, I'm not stupid.
You've been told, Ricky. Get back in your box, mate.
Yeah, get back in the box.
What?
Right. I can't remember the exact age I was. I was somewhere between, I don't know, 9 to 12, something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah,
I was in the living room where we used to live in London.
yeah,
I was looking at the back garden through the window, and I looked up.
What, randomly?
And then there was a disc-shaped type craft in white. Then all of a sudden the door come down,
Yeah.
folded down,
Mhm.
and a little man come out, he was also sort of white. He looked around, went back in, brought out what looked like a handkerchief.
Yeah.
He threw the handkerchief holding the edges of it, and it basically opened right out, and he threw it all over the ship, and it disappeared.
Yeah. That's what I thought. That's basically the same story as what I said. I just got some of the details wrong, but that's right. Did anyone else have a UFO story? Did Grandad have one?
Grandad had one. But I think he was on the way back from the pub
So I've got two stories mixed up there, yeah.
with Uncle Ron.
Right. Good old Uncle Ron. Do you remember his story? Because I can't remember Grandad's story.
I can't remember it in detail, but it was basically he saw something come out the bushes.
Right, okay.
So
Willie.
it could be anything.
Yeah, you're right, it could be anything. Alright then. No, that's perfect. Alright, thanks, Dad.
Alright,
Alright, say hello to Mum from me.
yeah, well done. Speak to you later.
Right,
Cheers.
thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.
Also, I don't know why I got lippy to your dad after
I don't
his
know why you got
voicemail.
lippy to him.
His voicemail saying that he will kill me.
He will find you and he will kill you.
Also, that's not even the... That's
something come out of the bushes, but to be honest, it could have been anything.
And
It could have been a badger.
could have been a
Oh,
fox.
that's so funny. What?
But
Is it?
told you though, that was like, he used to tell me that story religiously.
Yeah.
The handkerchief.
I just love it. He was like, so he was home from the pub. He was like, I was about 9. I was like, okay.
But also,
I just got
that's
the two
the thing with
stories.
conspiracies. That's usually how they start. Though.
That's usually
couple
how
of,
they start.
couple of facts are wrong.
but normally,
Well, obviously how they start is a man comes home from a pub drunk and he sees something in a bush like I saw an alien, and then the whole village is talking about it.
Exactly.
but isn't another conspiracy theory that aliens will come back to revisit people that they've visited before? So maybe you went to see your granddad, he came back for your dad. Maybe you're next. Maybe you or Lee are next on the visiting.
Maybe.
list.
I could do with a
I hope
distraction
it's
at the
you,
moment,
not Lee, yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll
No,
do-
I think that'd be great.
I'd do a holiday. The problem is you don't know about it though, do you?
No.
It's like the time, like you're in your sleep apparently, and they go and they probe you. I don't know what they do exactly.
I think it's just the saw
And then you're back, and you're like, oh, I'm a bit sore.
What
being
sort?
probed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think it would be fun. I don't know if this will work or not, but my mum listens to the podcast. I'm going to call her and ask her the same thing as if she's been telling me a story and see if she makes one up.
Okay.
See if she does.
So you're gonna ask? She okay? Oh no, does she? Okay.
This might get cut out. It might not be funny, but I think she.
What is going on?
Hello, you alright?
Yeah.
You're on the podcast. We're just recording one.
Oh my god.
I know, it's your time to shine. I just wanted to tell them. Do you remember you used to always tell me the story about that time you saw an alien?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you say the story for me?
I know, because when I was really, really young, and we used to, like, where we used to live, there was a wall, and I went out one day and there was an alien, an actual alien.
Describe it to
You
me.
can't say actual alien and then that's evidence. It was an alien, no, an actual alien, not one of the pretend ones that everyone else talks about.
It genuinely was an actual.
Oh, genuine.
Bearing in mind that I'm probably about 6.
Yeah.
About this time, so it was an actual alien.
But when you.
Oh.
Now, in my adult state,
Mm.
it was a man in a motorcycle helmet.
That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
Alright, thanks for that, Mum. Keep on being you. Cheers. Cheers.
Thanks, Ricky's mum.
I was going to call Dad, but he didn't answer, so.
That was even better. She just hung up.
I honestly never told me that story before. I thought if I call her, she might just.
Did you know that she was
might
just
have
going to
made-
come up with a story?
I've done that several times in my life where I've just called her and asked her to validate things, and I always start with, you know, when you've told me that story before, like I'll tell Vicky that Stephen Mulholland fingered me. I could call my mum and say, Mum, tell Vicky about that time Stephen Mulholland fingered me. She's
Well,
like,
she'll just back you
he was
up.
about 6. But I thought I was a bit older than that. She was like, you was about 11. I can't believe she did it. Like,
But now, when I think about it, it wasn't Stephen Mulholland, it was just a man in a motorcycle helmet.
yeah, he was still fingering me, Mum. But,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Your mum was brilliant. That was
Oh.
brilliant. I really enjoyed that.
there you go.
That was even better than that was so much better than her going, what are you going on about?
Yeah, which it could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been.
It could have been.
And,
But
and also, what I will say is, if she's just made that up on the spot, then that's genius.
yeah, I get my sense of
Yeah.
humour from her. I guess.
Yeah.
Why has that killed the mood?
That's like the you ever
We're
seen-
both thinking of dead dad jokes, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, I was thinking of
your
like,
dad said to you
your
was dead.
sense of humour is dead. Like, just
Yeah.
more like,
Just like your dad.
Both had the same joke.
Oh.
Yeah, but you ever see that thing on BBC News where they was doing a piece, and they got this specialist guy in, but they was like, and he's now
Yes.
Professor blah 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 from
And
so and so, but he like come for a cleaning job or something.
Oh,
And
yeah.
dragged him in
Yeah,
the
and he's
but
just
it
there
cuts to
like-
him and he goes. No, that was like your mum. She was in the headlights, but she went, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to
Yeah.
run with this.
But it was
Yeah.
actually quite funny. She's like, in my adult life, I realised it was a man in a motorcycle helmet. She could have just gone, I thought I did, but it was a man that just told the whole anecdote.
that was
What a
brilliant.
lady.
I thought I saw a witch once.
Right.
On an actual
Was it a
room.
man in a motorcycle helmet?
No,
Could have been.
could have been a plane. I don't know when
Could
I
have
was
been a plane.
when I was a kid.
Oh, you mean you saw it flying?
Well, yeah.
Oh, right. So when you're a
I was
kid, your
kid,
imagination.
Yeah, I was adamant for years.
Could have been a drone.
years. But you said about the aliens, it's the same as like with ghosts. Like you think all the technology and stuff we've got now, surely just near enough every human on the planet has got a smartphone with cameras that are incredible.
Yeah.
Yet we still can't get one picture or one video.
No, see, this is the thing. I think it's with both though. I think it's the same with ghosts and the same with aliens. The issue is, as much as technology has advanced to the point where we could get those photos, technology has also advanced so well to the point where if anyone did present us actual proof, we would go, oh, that's Photoshop.
Yeah,
that's AI generated.
So do you think the only way that you would ever physically believe is if an alien or a ghost stood in front of you?
The only way I would physically believe it is if like my mum came to me with her phone and said, I took this picture because I know she can't Photoshop
we
it.
also know she's a liar.
Yes, actually, they're lying.
So
Brenda could have said
she's
that.
probably the last person I believe.
Yeah, no, touche.
So I've done quite a lot of research, this might surprise you, into ghosts.
More than...
Well, I wouldn't call that research. You've been on one website and printed off, you basically Wikipedia'd Roswell incident and then done nothing more.
Yeah, that's like,
I've spent actual hours and I've been to places. No, I'm not putting you down. Well done on the printing, that's good.
You're
if the conspiracy
you accusing me of never being there?
Yes.
Yeah, you
okay.
I'm accusing you of not even ever reading more than 3 lines past that.
It's like buying a motivational book and going, it's changed my life. But you haven't read it.
I haven't looked at page 2. I'm not.
But I've actually been to a lot of places that are haunted, and I've never seen anything. Yeah, I've never seen anything. But there was one time. Well, there's probably been a few times where I've been a bit like, oh.
Sorry, you went to a haunted castle once for something.
I went to the haunted prison with Dan Spragg and Adam Oakley for the.
And then you basically spent the entire.
But
you basically then spent the entire time convincing me that it was. There's no way they would have known that. There's no way they would have known this.
No, there isn't. So.
It's a
Now it's been all blasé.
No. This is Ricky's. I'm validating Ricky's point. I think if you're there and you're living it, then it's easier to believe because you're in the moment. And there's things that happen. When I did the ghost trip investigation, and I've forgotten the prison we went to. I can't remember the name, but so many things happened that in the moment blew my mind. There was no possible way. Like, I don't know, but because you're there and it's scary, it's like, does it feel more real?
Yeah.
Then actually, if you take a step back, was it real?
Yeah.
Like there was this thing was in a prison and there was all these pictures. There was a room with all these serial killers, and they switched this radio transmitter thing on, which basically picked up radio frequencies and just threw out words, like just random words. Now they hadn't been to the prison. We all travelled up together.
Yeah.
And this room, they basically changed the serial killers every single time. So they do tours there and you can stay over. They changed the pictures of these serial killers. So they had no idea who was going to be on the wall. So my point is they couldn't have put into the radio thing, oh, this name or this name.
Who couldn't have?
We'll go to the people that
organise it.
Yeah, because they were with us, we all travelled up together.
Oh, okay, alright. Yeah.
So they didn't go there, look at who's on the wall that day, because we all went up together.
Yeah.
So we basically, and they didn't know what questions were going to be asked. Because they're even in this room, there's like 20 serial killers.
Yeah.
And also, some of them didn't even stay at that prison. It's just a thing about serial killers, because they did have some serial killers that stay there. And I said, who is the serial killer I'm looking at? And clear as day, it was all waffle, all rubbish. And I said, who is the serial killer I'm looking at? And it said Harold Shipman. And it was Harold Shipman that I was looking at.
Oh.
Which, yeah, you could say, well, it just is a coincidence.
How many pictures were there?
There's like 20 photos of all different...
It's like a 1 in 20 chance. That's quite difficult.
Well, also, there's more than 20 serial killers in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
So it could be anyone in the world. They didn't know who was going to be on that wall. And there's also the hanging chamber, and someone else asked how many people have been hung, and straight away it said something like 31. And no one knew the answer, but we Googled it, and it said 31.
Oh, really?
But when you're in it, you're like, oh my god, that's scary. Your hair's standing on it.
Yeah.
But I've done loads of stuff. We've done a Ouija.
Saw Elvis, didn't you?
We've done a Ouija board, and there was 4 of us that were holding the thing. We didn't just go somewhere and do it. It was like a night, like a haunted night in some tunnel somewhere. I can't remember where it was. And we done the Ouija board. I've done one when I was younger, and it fucking terrified me. And we done it, and it was going to. We was like, oh, who is it? Are you friendly? And it went to yes, and we said, can you tell me your name? And it went, and my granddad had just died. His name was Roy, and it went to R. And it was me and my brother, so we knew my granddad's name because it was my granddad. The other two people we didn't know my granddad's name.
Yeah.
But it went R, and we was like, fuck, it's going to Granddad Roy, and it went to
Roy.
N. No, it was Ron,
Ron.
who was my granddad's brother, who my dad just mentioned, like Uncle Ron. He died as well about a year before that, and that made us a bit freaked out. Because if we were subconsciously, because I was thinking, oh, these things are subconscious, you put your finger on it and subconsciously
goes where you want it.
You'd have gone to Roy.
So we were thinking, well, we would have gone to Roy because we were both thinking, oh my god, it's going to Roy.
Yeah.
And it went to Ron, and we were like
Yeah.
the other two people didn't know Ron that had died. So that's a bit weird, but I do think that even not so much with even smartphones, but there's CCTV everywhere.
Yeah.
So you think you'd see something,
Yeah.
and you'd be like, that is categorically evidence of a ghost
Yeah.
or of an alien.
Yeah. I don't really believe in all of that. I used to, but then, like, it's weird, isn't it? Like, as a kid, I was like a scared child. Like, I had nightmares. I was like, my nan lived in a 4-story really tall house. When we used to stay there, which was every Thursday at one point, we'd stay on the top floor, and then there was 3 floors of separation between us and my nan. Yeah.
Okay.
And that kind of used to terrify me because if I needed their help, they were so far away.
Yeah.
But also, when I was 9, I'd watched Chucky.
Yeah.
Or Child's Play.
That's too early to watch Chucky.
Definitely.
In life.
Do you know that, funny story is it was my cousin's. It was his 13th birthday, and this is back when Blockbusters and that were a thing, and it was his birthday, so we had all the cousins around for his birthday sleepover at Nan's. So we went to the Blockbuster, and she was like, "Oh, choose a film that you want." So he was like, "Oh, I'll choose this Child's Play." She thought it was a fucking kids film. So all of us.
Did your cousin know that it was a horror? Did he just?
I think
did he also
did.
think?
Yeah, I think he did. Because they all sat and watched it, and I watched it, but I was just fucking terrified the whole way through. But I literally had nightmares for, I think, 4 years. But my nan used to collect porcelain dolls as well.
Oh, man.
So not only would we stay on the top floor, she had 2 rooms up there, the purple room and the orange room. The orange room had shelves, and there was dolls on 3 walls, and then the beds were here. So you'd literally be watched by it. So I used to sleep in the purple room, but I'd be fucking terrified.
Yeah,
the whole time. Yeah.
Why don't people don't do that enough these days, do they?
What?
Like in the old days,
terrified.
people used to collect all these creepy dolls.
Yeah.
No one does that
My
anymore.
mum used to collect clowns. My mum had loads
Real
of clowns.
clowns.
Yeah.
Like
Whenever we'd go to the circus, she'd bring one home. Just had literally loads of random men just in the house. But she used to collect
Where was your dad in the wardrobe?
porcelain clowns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My mate Glyn used to scare him staying over the house because of these clowns used to freak him out.
But then, I don't want to sound like I'm proper fucking hard now because I'm not.
Good, 'cause you're not.
But I could watch
Can't you get a
any. Yeah, I could watch any scary movie or anything like that, and things like that just don't faze me anymore.
Is that because of that then? Because of your childhood, you'd gone through that
maybe
trauma.
I'm desensitised because
Yeah,
I'm literally
desensitised.
now. Sometimes Vicky will be like, "Oh, that was scary," and I'm like, "No, I'm desensitised to it now." But
I like horrors that make me jump.
yeah,
I don't like gory stuff.
Yeah.
I like both, but there'll be times where Vicky will be jumping and I'll just be like,
You expected
didn't
it.
even get me. Yeah, I feel like because of 9 times out of 10, if I watch a film, if we go to the cinema, we always just gravitate to horror films. Like you say, we like the gory ones, we like the saws and things like that, but the jumpy ones are the ones where you're like, oh, you get more of a reaction from. But a lot of the time, I'm so well versed in horrors. I'm like, okay, this music started, so in about 15 seconds we're gonna get a jump.
Yeah.
There was.
But then, yeah.
I like that though. I like the jumpiness. I never know how you say it. Insidious or Insidious.
Insidious,
yeah. Insidious.
Love that.
Oh, the red face behind.
Yeah,
Like,
when at the table,
that was
that really makes me.
Yeah.
I think that is the one I think that was genuinely terrifying, but then at the end it was all just in his dream. So I was like, oh, that's actually not scary.
No,
is it that one?
Yeah, like it's a dream world, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
the,
so
the,
that's like,
the,
oh,
the
it's just a
further,
dream
I
On
think
Friday
they
the
call
13th
it. Yeah.
or something like that.
It's like Lost. Do you remember Lost? Invested so many hours into Lost. And it was like,
I
oh, it's a dream at the end. Oh,
I
Oh,
did
was it?
why did I watch? Oh, spoiler alert, by the way.
It came out like 20 years
Yeah,
ago,
it did
but,
come out.
but I didn't know it was a dream. I thought the thing with the Lost is going to be like they were like 20 miles away from civilization.
No,
I didn't make it that far.
I think it was a dream. I think the whole thing at the end was it was just it was some kind of dream or something weird.
They was in what's
Well, they were all dead.
what's the bit that they call between heaven and
Limbo.
life? Like like in
Oh, maybe I can't remember.
but I remember watching the first episode of that. So I used to go to
Yeah.
my friend's house every Sunday and we'd watch it. And I remember going up watching the first episode, and they landed on a desert island, and someone walked in the island to get some wood or look for food.
Yeah.
There was a polar bear there, and I remember thinking, "Oh, I'm hooked instantly."
I'm hooked
That
instantly.
got me. I was
Yeah, it
like,
was
"Why is
good.
there a polar bear?"
Mm.
And
I think
then
what happened was-
after that, the other
Yeah.
313 episodes, I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not some."
That's the thing. Episode 1, especially episode 1, and to an extent season 1 was so good
Yeah.
that they just demanded more, and they just
Yeah.
kept doing it, and then,
Yeah.
and then it got out of control. They didn't know.
Yeah.
They even done an interview, I think, and they said we just didn't know how to end it.
Yeah, we didn't know
Yeah.
where it was going.
Didn't know
Halfway
where it was
through, we
going,
didn't know where it was going. Yeah.
And the hype for the ending almost, it's the same with Game of Thrones, like the hype of it was so hyped up, like what's going
Yeah.
to happen, that I don't think there probably would have been a solution where everyone's happy.
No,
Yeah.
but you also get to a point where a TV show is so big that actually it doesn't matter because people are going to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could get, I don't care how it ends.
Yeah.
Just I want it to end and move on to a new project.
Yeah,
Because all of these millions of fans, they're going to watch it because they're fans and they're going to
Yeah.
want to see how it ends.
But to be fair, weirdly, that's how I felt with Lost towards the end. I was like, I just want it to end.
Just want it to end.
I
Yeah.
wasn't. I felt like I was involved because I'd spent
Invested
6 years
so
of my
much,
life I'd
yeah.
invested in this,
Yeah.
and I couldn't just give up a
Yeah.
season before it ended. But I got to the point where I was like, they're just dragging it on now. I just want it. I just
Yeah.
want it done.
Yeah.
Back to ghosts really quickly. I had a girlfriend that was, she was convinced she could, and I don't know if she would do this to scare me, but on a regular basis she would like look past me and be like, oh, my granddad's standing there. Right, and it was weird. Like there was one weird thing did happen once. We were sat. This was the old days. Remember the heaters that would just blow hot air out?
The old days. I love when you say the old days. You look past him,
Yeah, there's no point.
straight at me, and then
Like I've
and then
never
it-
seen a fan-assisted heater.
Yeah,
No, but
isn't it?
it's not even a fantasy. It was built into the house. It's the air ducts.
Yeah, I was an estate agent, of course I know what fucking warm
Yeah,
air,
but not very
warm
good
air
one,
heat. I can't speak. I'm just
But anyway, so the point is, we were sat around that, and then there was this one day there was this banging coming down the wall, and it was getting louder. And to the point we ran out of the house. We were scared. I was probably like 15 or something. Like, but it was, and also like
I
mid.
always made a joke, and I'm so glad I didn't know that he said he was 15 at the time.
But there was once we. Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, that's probably the end of that.
Did you do it often?
She's done it a lot, yeah, she's done it a lot. She did no. Yes. Once during like,
But did she use it to get out of that?
No.
You go, come on, it's
No,
time for
it was the
here's a
mid-
blowjob, and she go, oh, I can't, my granddad's.
no, but
That's
she,
it. He loves watching.
no, but she told me straight after. But she, and this was weird. She said, like,
She was weird. Painted white like a ghost.
No, she told me straight after. Like halfway through, like it wasn't long, probably 13 minutes, probably less, right?
That's a
But she
session.
was.
That is a session.
We can't tell you the story that Ricky told us off camera, but anyway. So
You've done damage. It's like you've managed to tell the story, but there's like it's got.
no, record breaking 30 minutes, yeah,
And we know my mum's going to watch this one because I've said she's in it.
yeah,
Yeah, and she'll know that you're a
yeah. 13 minutes, go Ricky.
Oh, she could probably tell some stories.
What? What have you
weird.
been up to?
So
What have
weird.
you- That's definitely making a cut.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, the
That's
whole
it.
point is, she said,
That's what she said.
like halfway through, she said, "Oh, halfway
Not
through,
one
like, I saw my granddad in the corner of the room," and I was like, "What is he? Let me carry on.
Yeah, he's just in the corner.
What was he doing? What's he doing? Did he have his pants up a bit? I don't. Do you know? It was weird. Anyway, I don't know why. I don't know why she did
Granddad.
that.
That was her granddad.
So other than an ex-girlfriend seeing her granddad while giving you fellatio, have you ever had any other ghost encounters or anything like that?
Fellatio sounds like a chocolate.
I just didn't want to say that.
Have I? I don't know if I have. I don't think I have. I need to give it some thought because things just happen, but you just forget them, don't you?
Yeah.
Just I wanted to remind you that this is an episode on conspiracies.
Yeah, we've sort of touched on them as well. John, I don't know anything about it.
So we
Ha-
moved
have
on.
you-
We moved
no.
on to something I am passionate about, ghosts.
Are you passionate about ghosts?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's your favourite ghost?
Which
Casper.
didn't do anything. Oh, fucking course.
A ghost poo. When you take a shit and it's not in the pan.
The film. Are we not talking about the film Ghost?
Good old Patrick Swayze.
That is a good film.
That
to
is a
be
great
fair.
film. Patrick Swayze,
Yeah.
what a legend. Has anyone seen the new Roadhouse?
No, but it's
Is that
on my
based-
to-do
I
list.
have seen it.
Is it based on-
the old one.
it is?
Apparently so, yeah.
It's yeah.
Loosely.
Yeah.
Like a loose
Yeah.
tongue.
It's like the original, but shitter.
Oh,
Was
not
it you
very
that
good.
told me this?
A lot shitter.
Oh, it was you that
that's
told me this.
disappointing. I saw a clip. Conor McGregor shared a clip, and I read the caption before I watched the clip, and it was this whole spiel about this was the scene where I climbed over the barrier and the car was coming towards me, and I was really I was terrified, and like they'd done it a few times, and the car had stopped with such force that the airbag had come out, and then I watched the clip, and it was just a car stopping in front of him, and I was like, there's nothing scary about that at all. That's just you, and that's just a car driving at a normal speed and stopping just in front of you.
Cocaine.
I like Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
I think he has done incredibly well for himself.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
He is. He's
Are you scared he's going to watch this?
no, I don't care. His acting was awful.
Oh, was it really?
It was absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's just the
Horrendous.
name, Conor McGregor.
It was horrendous.
Yeah.
He's. I'm surprised because I think he's a very, very good salesman
Yeah.
of himself. Like,
100%.
and his acting in terms of, I guess he's not acting; it's just him being himself. But like not even an arrogant.
Problem
version
is,
of
as
himself,
soon
but
as
like an over the top.
Yeah.
As soon as you put that sort of person in a film and they're not playing themselves, and
Yeah.
they're playing a different character, although he's playing another, like a UFC fighter anyway,
Yeah.
from my understanding, but then if they're anything like themselves, then it just doesn't seem authentic. Like, it doesn't seem like...
because he's
never-
still acting at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
if it's too close to the mark.
But then
Then it's just like, oh, he's not acting, it's just him.
when Eminem
Yeah.
played a rapper,
he was
he
brilliant.
was absolutely incredible.
He was brilliant.
Conor McGregor, all he had to play was a thug. And
Yeah,
he
but he
couldn't
was-
even do that.
but
It
Eminem was-
just.
Well, that's like not too
Yeah.
much in case he does listen.
No, but Eminem was literally playing himself. That's what I'm saying. If Connor was Connor, then he'd
Yeah.
be fine. But he wasn't Connor. He was meant to be somebody else.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that convincingly enough that people thought,
Yeah, I
oh,
see
it's
what
just
you
him
mean.
being him.
In 8 Mile, Eminem was playing Eminem.
Yeah, so it's that
Simple
yeah.
as that.
Oh, it's
So he could
easy.
be anything.
He could just
He
be
was
himself. Yeah. Whereas, so yeah. But
She was about Brittany Murphy.
who's that?
Well, she was the female lead in 8 Mile for a start. The scene where she licks her hand. That's quite a.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? Is this like the whole
Never
thing you
seen
went?
Eight Mile?
Yeah, but also, well, don't question on it because also we had a whole episode talking about extras.
There's so much.
So I don't know why I'm
so much
pointing.
point there is.
I was so angry
What's
at
he
you.
doing? What's he putting?
No, I'm just pointing at
your
him.
boob.
No, because
This one over here.
yeah, and then in the evening he went. I've got to be honest, I've never seen extras, but he got on board with all the banter.
Fair play to him.
For years I've been living that life.
Have you watched it now?
No. Didn't
Why?
want
It is
to pay for
brilliant.
the TV license.
I think extras is.
You can't say you've not got a TV licence.
I can because I haven't watched it.
What,
Yeah,
TV? Ever?
No, I don't watch anything on BBC because I don't have a TV license.
Why look at the camera? Honestly, it's made it so weird. But the whole thing weird.
Why?
You don't
Imagine
have to
how weird
detail.
it is. Imagine this next week with a perm.
Have you watched? I can't. I deal with it.
And a
Have you
nose
watched
piercing.
extras? Yes. No, I haven't.
Please bring it. Please have a nose piercing as well. Honestly.
I don't know if the nose piercing will work.
Oh no, I can tell you it
you're
won't.
convinced about the perm.
I can, yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, the perm's nailed on.
He's defended his perm so many times, but the nose piercing, he's like, yeah, no, I'm not sure.
I might get this part of my ear done.
Don't get anything done.
Don't.
You're not a
do it.
You're not a 1990s boy band.
No.
Don't.
If you were.
No, do you know what? I'm a supportive friend. If you want to get a perm and a nose piercing, please fucking do it. It will give me at least 1 year of material.
There you go. That's all you can hope for. That's all you
I've
need.
got to be honest, out of the three of us, I didn't have you as the one who'd be having a breakdown. But that's exactly what's going on.
If I turn up with a permanent nose piercing, they're like,
We go, he's
"That's
gone.
fair."
He's absolutely
That's
gone.
fair.
It's got
That's
to
fair.
him.
That was expected. That's natural next steps, really. But Ricky's boasting about how good his relationship is in his 13-minute sex sessions, and now he's turned up with a permanent nose piercing.
13 was just the intercourse.
Doesn't
And
make it any
a tattoo of the podcast on week 2. But no, he's fine.
Listen, if there was ever a time for me to do this, you can't be 40 and have a perm.
He
Well,
threw and then he said 30 minutes was just the interval.
but
Oh, you don't need to. Oh,
How did you time that?
what else? Yeah.
I'm not sure this will make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you?
Because you've got to have looked at something before and after to know.
in a clock.
Yeah, no, I understand how a clock works and time.
Yeah.
Why would you just glance over?
I did
At
one
what
of those
point?
sand things where you go,
Yeah, like
and go.
here we go. Just pull them down and look at the clock. Off we go. Down
He
you
put his
go.
hands behind his head like that though. Literally.
Like this. These are my own legs I'm holding.
Oh. No way, you're that flexible. No way.
So Roswell incident. It basically.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Area
Who cares?
41.
Let's talk about ghosts.
Oh,
Let's
Area
talk about
41 would have
ghosts.
been that. I thought that's what we were talking about. Is
Yeah,
that
That's it.
something
Somewhere,
like
I think it's in here somewhere.
If I knew this guy, let me have some.
Hang on, give me a minute.
Just get some facts
No,
out.
you've had
Just
your
throw
your fucking chance.
throw like a couple of facts. Oh, it is literally Wikipedia. It's
Yeah.
literally Wikipedia in it.
This is what
Two
you left me. Two blank
pages. Right, let's take a couple of pages each.
Didn't
See if we can just get a couple of facts.
Yeah, and we'll quick
Okay,
fire.
we'll come
edit.
back.
Quick fire.
You can do that.
Well, okay, this is a fun. This gives it away straight away. Popular fiction.
Oh, here we
Is
go.
the word fiction mean it's made up?
Roswell was one of many army airfields in New Mexico where debris.
Oh, I'll tell you what you printed. You printed all the index. Page 74 is.
All right, well then there's not so much to read, is there?
No, thank God.
There you go, picture of the alien.
That's from
Show
a film.
that.
That's from a film.
As your mum would
It's there.
say.
It happened.
As your mum would say.
Fact.
An actual alien.
Is that another one? And another one.
No, that is a film.
I apologise. We've ruined the conspiracy theorist episode because this is not a conspiracy theory. There is evidence.
Right, okay, so this is from a film. So Roswell then was a cover-up. So there was a UFO crash and it was a
All
cover-up
afternoon I tried to call Sheriff Wilcox for more information, but I couldn't get through.
being probed. Or was it
Couldn't
all
get
afternoon or just 13 minutes? Because it
Couldn't
could have been with his wife.
He could-
Setting a,
Just having
if
intercourse.
it's 12 minutes, he could have been setting the record just before.
Glenn Dennis. Yeah.
Oh, Glenn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big Glenn.
He was a mortician,
Right.
and he got several calls from the airbase asking questions about body preservation,
Told ya.
and inquiries about small or hermetically sealed caskets.
What's
He
the matter?
further claimed, really closed. He further claimed.
Is that a real fact or did you make it up?
This could be.
I don't know what.
Hey Siri, what does hermetically mean?
Automatically. Now.
Really close. He further claimed that the local nurse told him that she had witnessed an alien autopsy. Oh, so why are we not interviewing her, Glenn? Fucking
Why are we talking to
any little
Yeah,
glimmer of
Talk to the nurse.
Yeah, talk to the nurse that
Oh,
fucking
look, now it's
saw
all
it.
out of.
No, but that looks
Oh, I
good.
don't know if it
That
matters,
looks good.
Yeah,
But
it would have been like a
happened.
session.
They said it was a balloon crash.
This
It was
one
an
was
alien. We've seen 2 photos of the aliens.
No, in movies.
No more questions, Your Honour.
So there's lots
Case
of
closed.
questions. If anything, it's given me more questions.
You look just like that sometimes when you wake up.
How would you know?
Doesn't matter. It's a conspiracy, bro. Any other conspiracies that you can think of off the top of your head? I don't know, maybe the fact that there's a fucking alien fish in a lock in Scotland.
Yes.
Yes, let's come on to that then.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good way
Where
to
we
start.
Segus Wayus.
We quit being podcasters and become.
Monster Hunters,
Yes.
yeah?
Oh, that's it.
So then but there's only 3 of them, and they're Big Yeti and Bigfoot, and they're basically the same thing, aren't they?
That's
One's
next.
cold.
That's
one's-
next on the trip.
So Loch Ness, Monster, Yeti, and Bigfoot.
Yep.
We're gonna go around the world and try and find those.
Yes.
stories.
What about the alien?
What do you mean?
Oh,
What
it's
about
not
the
a
alien?
monster.
Roswell. That's last. Roswell.
We can go to Roswell if we want. Because Jonno kept going on about it,
Yeah.
we're just gonna go to Loch Ness, get it out of his system.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on a road trip, boys' road trip to Scotland to try and find the Loch Ness monster.
This guy has spoken
Whoa.
about. He's
what-
spoken about Loch Ness so much over the past 2 weeks. Brought 78 pages about this. Hasn't fucking mentioned it once.
Don't care. I don't care about that.
No, as in you haven't
can't
mentioned
care.
Loch Ness once.
Because it's not conspiracy theory. What do you
Yes,
mean?
it is.
No, it's not conspiracy theory. It's a mythological.
Creature. All right.
Being.
Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. All right.
Could
well,
be a
I'll
giant
give
fish. Could be an eel.
that. What I think.
Could be a hoax. We don't know.
What I think.
If it's a
Jonno-
hoax and it's a conspiracy.
Yeah. I think what Jonno thinks is going to happen is, despite people who have been camping at Loch Ness for weeks on end, we're going to turn up for one weekend and we're going to see it, and he's going to be like,
Told ya. No, I don't think. I know that that's what's going to
he's
happen.
confident. He's
I know
going to be
Scotland's
confident.
got a problem with homelessness, but they really camp there all the time.
Yeah.
I think there's genuine, like, they're not called monster hunters because they're not doing any hunting because there isn't a monster, but
Nessie lovers, they're called.
yeah, they have got a name for it. I don't know what it.
Yeah.
I could probably believe that.
It is.
You probably made that up. So I can
No.
see it in your eyes.
No.
I can see it in his eyes.
But there are people that do camp out and they borderline live at the loch to try and see it. That's why, yeah.
Yeah, because there must be like houses on the loch, surely, that like back on.
Yeah, I think there are. I think there are.
It's quite big.
We should try and get like an Airbnb there. I'll have a look.
Yeah.
I'll do some research.
There's a guy who basically started up like a Loch Ness monster site spotting group.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Something like that.
I'm just hoping you'll find the end of that sentence.
Yeah. Let alone Loch Ness.
Jesus.
We should go there with our own. We should build like a Nell. What's that called? What's it called? Nessie. Nelly. I was thinking Nelly the elephant.
What else can talk?
One of the conspiracy theories is that it was an elephant.
You've made that up again.
I haven't made it up.
Yes, you
I
have.
haven't made it up.
Oh.
Google it. Google
Yeah,
it.
I don't need to. I
There's
don't
an
need
elephant
to.
in the fucking
Oh,
pond
look, it's
again.
a snake. Yeah.
One of the theories.
An African elephant was in Scotland having a little
No.
swim.
That had escaped from a zoo.
What, in Africa?
Nearby.
No, what Africa?
It would have.
Why are you looking at me? I didn't say Africa. I love Africa.
Jesus Christ!
No,
No, it
it's got
escaped from a
plane.
zoo in Scotland.
Yeah, but it would have been
and
okay.
made its way. And
How does it get to Scotland
I
from
don't know.
Africa?
Elephants can swim.
Oh.
They're good
They
swimmers,
can
apparently.
swim. Yeah, they can swim.
Yeah, no, they do. The Nile.
Yeah.
The Nile.
I'm just trying to about
That's
that.
probably where it swam from.
Yeah.
But one of the things was that it was an escaped elephant from the zoo.
Oh, okay.
Other things are
Yeah.
an eel, a big eel,
Yeah.
a big giant eel.
Big giant eel. Yeah.
Somebody said it was a bit odd. A bit like a big tree log.
Because
Tree
all
falling
it essentially is there is only
trees float.
trees do float.
Yeah.
No, I know. I was. Yeah, they float.
Yeah, they're not normally like curved though, are they? They're
Depends on the tree.
it does
Yeah.
depend on the tree. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weeping
There
willow.
was-
That's
there-
very bendy.
There was only ever one photo though of it, wasn't there?
Again,
And
that was
ha-
taken in
and-
1979 on
Yeah.
a camera that was 2 megapixels.
yeah. So it's
Which
like
somebody
there's
said
only
was an otter. They basically zoomed in.
No, but
Because
but
it made it look big, but it was an otter.
I think it could be done because when I was in Norway recently, I thought I saw a crocodile, and I was convinced it was a crocodile going into the sea. Yeah, in the Icelandic country of Norway.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, it's a crocodile. And I was filming it, thinking it was a crocodile. When it came out, it was like a, I don't know,
Otter?
not even. It was about that big. It was like some kind of mini otter or something.
Oh.
So
A weasel.
I think it was a weasel.
Mm.
But I don't know. I don't care what it was. But the point is, it's probably easy to think, oh, that's a massive monster.
Yeah, but
Because I had an iPhone 14 or whatever it is, so I could film it,
Sure.
and then I could look at it at the end and be like, oh no, yeah, it's not a crocodile. Whereas they only had a 2 megapixel camera in 1979 going, oh my god, that's a monster, I'll take a picture of it. Oh yeah, look, it's a monster.
Yeah.
And then you've got no way of going back on that and looking and saying,
And that's the thing, but we can go prepared with good, high quality cameras. You've still got your binoculars. And like, we can take all that with us.
I think that's some kind of weird paedophile joke, I don't know. Peeping Tom joke. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you still got your binoculars, Jonno?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can bring them with you.
Yeah, he loves his
Yeah.
binoculars. No, because he's been Neddy hunting before.
Yeah, but he hasn't.
First of all,
He's
her
never
name's
been to
Nessie.
Yeah.
Ah,
Not Nelly the rapper.
The
but-
rapper.
Nelly the elephant.
Yeah. Another conspiracy. Does he actually need that plaster? Has he got a cut under there?
He has got a cut, yeah. I think it's a tattoo. I think he's a tattoo underneath it that he didn't want anyone to see.
Oh, what did he say?
Probably an ex-girlfriend's name, I'd imagine.
He'll do that.
Trying so hard to think of the name that he's got tattooed on here.
I know that.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
tattooed on there.
Because I'd cut it out
You
anyway, so it
can't
doesn't
say it.
matter.
You
So-
say that, but you don't.
No, I do, I will.
I nearly said that about the blowjobbing Grandad Ghost girl. I was like, oh, is that? Can I say
You
her
wouldn't
name?
know, you wouldn't know her name.
Megan.
I've never dated a Megan, actually, I'd like to.
What?
Any Megans out there?
No, so I'd
Send
like
me your
sometimes I
reply.
see these dancer videos, of, like for years, like,
For
there's
years.
enough girls that can
I
dance,
wondered
like,
what.
like, not stripper dance, but
Oh, what do you mean? Like ballet? Strictly Come Dancing? I don't know what you mean. I'm just trying to...
I don't know where I'm going with it. Just some girls, just like, I don't know.
You saw a girl dance, her name was Megan.
No, now I don't know what her name is.
So you.
Then what was the point of
like-
that whole story?
I'm confused. You said you wanted to date a Megan, and then you said, "Oh, because."
Yeah, then I've just gone on to other people I'd like to date now. I'm open. I can.
Oh, okay. Let's put it out.
now
a
I'm
Geordie, an Irish girl. I'd like to date an Irish. girl.
Sorry.
A ginger.
Pretty sure you could have had a Geordie.
I did date a Geordie,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So that's okay. What's the next one?
an Irish girl.
Okay.
Yeah. Why an
a
Irish
dancer.
girl?
A singer, a girl that can sing.
Oh, what about a girl that does Irish dancing?
Nah, that would,
And can sing.
That would
That's
turn me
fucking
off.
all of them.
Nah,
That's
it's not
not
the kind of
ballet.
dancing. I'm talking about like sexy dancing,
So not river dance.
not river dance.
No, but
I don't want her to whack the weekend on and then river dance to me.
You
I
can
want
get
like
like
set the mood, a candle, and then she comes in and it's like I don't know what they do.
set the mood with a count. You need a prostitute. With your,
That would probably make my life a whole lot easier. I've got to be
Yeah.
honest.
So
Not
if
right
there's any non-Irish dancing but Irish Megans,
They
don't
can
think
sing. They
Megan.
can sing and dance. Then you're ticking off. It's like a.
What other names?
Okay,
What
I'm saying
other
is,
names do you
what
find?
What language or accent do you find sexy? You must have. You must all have one. You can only say Vicky's, which is
Chavy. No, I'm joking. It's not. I'm in the doghouse
Oh, are you?
Why?
because I said that.
oh.
Oh, I thought because you absolutely pounded the life out of her for 13 minutes. And she was. Now I can't walk.
That's getting cut.
Unlikely. Unlikely that you can't walk.
There is no pounding.
Yeah, Geordie accent. I
Geordie
like
accent.
Geordie accent. I like Irish.
This feels like copying me a little bit.
I think that's it.
I really like. No,
I will cut it if it's just between.
no, I'm not for this.
Stephen Hawkins. I quite like his voice. That's a good one.
The best part about it is you can turn it off.
Harvey Price.
Hello, you cunts.
I really like asthmatics.
I like-
He makes me feel better.
I like it when they're out of breath.
Mutes.
Oh, mate. I reckon you're gonna have to cut more than is allowed in. This
Yeah.
episode could be 8 minutes long,
Could be 8 minutes long.
which means you could watch it while Ricky was making love,
Within that
and
time.
still have 5 minutes spare at the end to make a tea.
It was exhausting.
Not for Vicky.
No, because you just lays there. You can leave that in. No,
Oh.
don't.
That's what she said.
You can leave that in, it's only been 13 minutes.
You can leave that in for the rest of it.
I think
You can leave that in to help me end.
that's a conspiracy.
I don't know how to end this podcast, I'll be honest. It's taking it. So we're gonna
Let's
go.
not. Let's just keep going.
We're gonna go to Scotland.
We are going to Scotland.
It's not recording.
What colour is that?
Green. Is that not recording? Why not? What happened when I press the button?
I wanna fucking kill myself.
Why?
Go on, press it.
It's a bit late now.
Is that genuinely not recorded?
I don't know, because last time we did this, it did, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
It didn't? I thought when we said to Jonno, it didn't record, but it actually had recorded or something. Well, the good news is we have to find a way to end it.
Oh, what a blast. We hope,
No, okay, we're not doing anything to do. The blast bit is not going to make it.
I hope you enjoyed the episode.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. It's on Saturday.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
You do, or we do? Do we all hope that they did, or did just you hope?
We hope that you enjoyed this week's episode.
If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, a share, a follow, anything. Tell your nan.
Or your dad?
So, probably not you though, Ricky. Just because he's dead. But thanks for watching.